Am I allowed in there? Non-golfers, dog walkers, there is a risk of injury from stray golf balls. Is that a golf club? Yeah. Oh, it'd be fine. And oh, that's lovely. I want one of them. Love one of those. What is going on, everyone? I hope you're having a fantastic day. I am in such a good mood at the moment. Everything's going so well. The sun is shining. I'm so happy that it is just not raining. It's just been one of those months where it's just been rain, shine, you know. It's just been so on and off. I've absolutely hated it, if I'm going to be honest. But today we're outside to sort of further my point of the whole of this video in particular. So I want to talk about something that actually really bugs me, that I see a lot on social media nowadays, and that is a lot of depression in terms of well, just depression in general. And it really upsets me that people will sort of throw their mental health to the side and not really do anything about it. In, you know, they'll use things to cover it up, okay, and not address their issues with mental health. And oh, that's lovely. I want one of them. Love one of those. Sorry, sidetracked. They won't. So, okay, for a prime example, on TikTok a lot I see people saying, you know, oh, I've been hurt from a woman, I've been hurt from this, and then look at the size of me, look at how big I've gotten, you know. I'm sure you must have heard about one of those, seen one of those. And realistically, I love people who turn their depression and their anxiety and their mental health problems around and use it for good in terms of the gym, and they build really good muscle. However, you should never use it as a mask, because no matter what you use as a mask, whether it's the gym, whether you were to hurt yourself, whether you know, force feed, anorexia, anything like that, it's going to be damning, more damning for yourself internally, because you are quite literally brushing things under the rug still. And that is something that has always really bugged me as a person. You need to address your mental health problems. You can't just brush them under the rug. And this is something that my family have always said to do. You know, my extended family, not my parents, but they've always been like, oh, don't worry about it, you know, you'll get over it, just move on, brush it under the rug, you know, don't think about it. But you can't not think about these things. It's virtually impossible for you to go through life not dealing with your problems, you know, anxiety, depression, whatever your mental health issue is. You know, seeing somebody about it and getting help is where you need to start. And all of these people, like, I've seen these TikTok videos, they get hundreds of thousands, if not millions of likes, because they're like, yeah, I went from some skinny dude, now I'm enormous, you know, in the space of 3 years. And going to the gym is a fantastic way of dealing with mental health problems. However, then on the flip side of that, you'll see another video where it will go, started going to the gym because I thought it was a good idea. Now I struggle with body dysmorphia and I can't stop going to the gym. And it seems to be quite a vicious cycle of mental health problems, and you need to address these problems before, maybe not before you start, but at least during your time. Do you know what I mean? People just refuse to address their problems in any way, shape or form. And I don't know, I really can't fathom why that is. Why would you not want to address your issues and get better wholeheartedly as a person to be able to deliver a better life experience? So that's what my whole company is based on. Not only will you get fitter, healthier, like everybody wants to do, or 99% of the people that I speak to want to do, but you also will be able to address your mental health issues and actually sort them out properly, like 150%, and then you can move on with your life. And I think that is realistically the better way of doing things. You know, have a vice, have something you need to do to take your mind off of the current issue that you have, but don't not sort your problem. Okay, for an example, I refused to sort my problems. You know, I've had lots of problems for a long time. I used the gym exactly like this, and this is why I sort of know what I'm talking about. I am not a doctor, I'm not a registered counsellor or therapist. I am simply a guy who has been through it, giving you advice on the best way that I found to be able to get on the other side of it. Because what will happen is you will reel with these problems your entire life. And as much as I'd like to say you can go to the gym your entire life, you can't. There will come a point where you will have an injury, you will get old, life gets in the way of going to the gym, and then you're gonna have to stop going to the gym. And what happens then? At that point in your life, what are you going to do to actually cope with the problem that you've been using the gym for? Does that make sense? So, going back to my point of my experience in this, I was going to the gym, I was in a really bad spot and using it to cover my emotions, you know, more so than going drinking and going out and seeing my friends and doing, should we say, naughty things. Oh. I primarily use the gym to cover my issues. This obviously led to me having body dysmorphia and wanting to just be skinny all the time and have abs and blah 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 blah. The very typical things that you hear from anybody that goes to the gym. Now, the reason I stopped was because I know I needed to fix the issues at the time in order to get better. Okay, because I realized that if I didn't get better, then I was only going to not make myself worse necessarily, but I was never going to move past the point I was in. I felt like I was in a pit of just doing the same thing day in, day out, constantly. And I'm sure some of you feel the exact same way. Like, whether you go to the gym or you use something else as a vice, you're locked in that pit of depression, that pit of anxiety, and you have nowhere else to go, nowhere else to turn. So what are you going to do? what can you do? And that is get help. Fundamentally, very brutally, but honestly, that is sort your problem. Because when I went to therapy, I talked things through, I found out what the real issue was, and I was able to sort that problem. I unlocked so much more potential within myself than just going to the gym. Do you know what I mean? Oh wow, it's loud. Uno momento. I'm gonna go over there. Because all of us have the potential for greatness. And why would you not want to be great? Do you know what I mean? Am I allowed in there? Non-golfers, dog walkers, there is a risk of injury from stray golf balls. Is that a golf club? Yeah. Oh, I'd be fine. Just gonna get assaulted by a golf ball maybe. Oh wow, that's beautiful. Look at that. So think about it realistically. Yourself, what do you want to achieve out of life? Do you just want to wake up, get a job, go to work, earn some money, come home, go to the gym? Or whichever order you do it in. Eat, sleep, gym, repeat. Is that really the life you want to live and feel consistently trapped by your thoughts, your emotions, your feelings? Is that a life to live? Is that really worth it? When, in my personal opinion, you can sort the issues that you have and become the person that really you've always meant to be. Everybody, like I said, everybody's destined for something great, I think. And you just have to unlock your potential to be great. But if you have a weight weighing you down, how can you possibly unlock your potential if you have this anchor holding you back the whole time? And the reason I said at the beginning of the video is to come outside and talk about it, to emphasize my point, is it's an element of fitness. Being outside in the sun is so much more beneficial for your mental health than staying inside. When my friend was depressed and I went up to see him before I came out here, he didn't tell me he was depressed, but I could see it in the text that he was sending me, and I could just see it within him that there was something not right. And every single day I made us go out and go for a walk, because I think the fresh air, the sun, the animals, everything, the fitness from actually just walking. Because I didn't realize that I said in a video a long time ago that simply getting your 10,000 steps in is something I feel that everybody should do, and I'd stand by that. But I didn't realize how little of the population actually get up and actively do walking as exercise. People underestimate walking as exercise, and walking is a fantastic form of exercise, you know, especially when you can come to a place like this and contemplate your life. I didn't even know this was here. How long has it been? It's 6 minutes on the video, 10 minutes, 10-minute walk. God, I'm gonna miss this. How much better is that? I know not everybody is fortunate enough to live in a place like this, but no matter where you live, getting outside, getting the fresh air, seeing the sun, it can change your whole day. It can change your whole day. I was procrastinating, debating coming out and doing this, and now I'm out here. I am so glad I came out here. Like, this is more than amazing. This is all the motivation I need. This is all the motivation I think anybody really needs, if you think about it. Just get up of your arse and get outside. It helps with mental clarity, and I think it can help with any mental health problem that comes your way. It's like I said, there's so much more to life than just sitting in your bedroom watching films, feeling sorry for yourself. I know we all go through those times, we all go through those ruts in our life. I've been there 150%, where I have not wanted to get outside, but sometimes a kick up your ass by yourself is way better than a kick up the ass by someone else. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you need a kick up the ass by somebody else, and I completely understand that. But I just can't get over it. I really can't get over that I have not been here yet. And this leads directly back to just simple motivation. No matter what you want to do in your life, like I said, we've all got the potential to be great. We've all got the potential to do great things. We've all got the potential to get out there and become a millionaire. And it's not due to some quick fix that you're going to do. Like, it does take hard work, and it does take a lot of intrinsic motivation, which is motivation that comes from within. You have to want to do it, and it's all baby steps. Like I've always said, it's all baby steps. You know, take myself for a prime example. When I was heavily depressed and I refused to get out of the house, to get over my depression, simply the first thing I had to do was get up and get out the house, start getting my 10,000 steps in, start getting my cardiovascular system going again, because that changed everything for me, absolutely everything. And I will never forget that first walk I did by myself. I took my dog, I just went out, I just went for a walk, and I was just like, this is what I need. I wasn't gymming, I was eating whatever I wanted to eat. I wasn't worried about anything. I was just feeling sorry for myself. I was in a pit, exactly like I've said. And getting out in the fresh air was the best thing that could have ever happened to me. And it was a domino effect. Once I did that once, everything else fell back into place, and I was up, I was active, and I was on top of my shit again, which hadn't happened to me in a long time. Okay, a long time. And then, like I say, once you have this anchor weighing you down out the way, then you can move on and you can become something you want to be. Without that anchor, for me, I was able to start this business. I was able to think about the service I wanted to provide to other people and how I wanted to help them, and how I wanted to sort of make a company that isn't out there yet. There's no fitness mental health company out there, and I want to be the first to show people that fitness is eye-opening, it is helpful, and it will benefit your mental health so much. Not only fitness, but good nutrition. There was a documentary I watched that I will definitely link in the description about how nutrition affects mental health, and it almost was a shock to me. Like, how can people think that it doesn't? But when you listen to her talk, you know, she's very like, this is very taboo, like this isn't very spoken about, and it's like, but it should be. This should be spoken about more, I think. You know, eating good foods and making sure the mind and the body has everything that it needs to function properly is something that should be spoken about a lot more. You know, in Australia, fast food and unhealthy food is really expensive. Take out the weird lettuce thing at the moment, that's just weird, but it's really cheap healthy food in comparison to unhealthy food. And I think that's the way to go. Back home in England, it's the other way around. Unhealthy food is really, really cheap, and healthy food is more on the expensive side. And I don't think that should be the way. You know, there's the conspiracy theories that, you know, it's all about making you fat and therefore you have to go to hospital more and therefore you pay more money because people go privately. And in America, I know that's a massive conspiracy theory because people have to pay for healthcare out there, and people pay for healthcare here and stuff. So I know that's a thing, but honestly, it's the best thing when you feed your body, you feed your mind with the goodness that it needs. You will just be able to think differently. You'll be able to do more things. You know, that was one of the other things, the other top things I needed to do when I was trying to get out of my pit, and that was eating more healthy food. And I realized that I was so much more active, so much more like mentally active and stimulated and ready to learn and ready to do things, that it's just absolutely incredible. So it's, yeah, don't use fitness as a mask to cover your problems. You need to sort your problems out so that you don't have that anchor weighing you down. And no matter what, even if it's not fitness, whatever it is, binge eating, anxiety, self-harm, anything, don't let that anchor weigh you down for the rest of your life. Do not do it. You need to get up, you need to do something about it. Or if you know somebody that is like that, go and help them. You have the obligation, I think, to go and help them. Little bit by little bit. I don't care if they don't want your help. I've had people who didn't want my help. And you don't force it upon them, because then they'll resent you for it. But you just make sure that you push them in the right direction. You lead the conversation how you want it to go. Yeah? You lead them to the conclusion that they know they need to come to, but they don't want to because they're in that pit themselves. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. But of course, please, if you need help and you're watching this, get in contact. I have all of the resources that you could ever possibly need to sort your life out and get going on the right path so that you can become the best person you want to become. The possibilities and the ceiling is limitless. You can do whatever you set out to do. You just need to set out and do it. Yeah? You see all these self-proclaimed like millionaires and billionaires, you know, and they aren't the nicest people. Like Andrew Tate, for a prime example. Is it Andrew Tate? Mr. Tate. You know, I'm sure you guys know who I mean. He's not the nicest bloke on video. He's very blunt. He's very just upfront about what's happened and who he's going to be. Self-made millionaire. And it's, I don't think there's any need to be that rude or that sometimes nasty. I've seen some of the videos that he's done, and he can be quite nasty to people. Some of the people deserve it, like, don't get me wrong, but a little bit more help for everybody would go a long way. I think would go a long way. If everybody helped each other just a little bit more, it would be fantastic. Like Elon Musk, there you go, here's a prime example. He gave away I believe, don't quote me on this, I believe he gave away the trademark or the builder's manual, shall we say, for Tesla, because like he said, if we're all, I believe he said something along the lines of, if we're all on a sinking ship, then we all need to have the bucket to bail us out so that we don't sink as fast, or something along those lines, and I think that's absolutely incredible. That's the kind of selfless deed that really is going to change the world, and that's what we need to do. We need to start changing the world person by person, because it all starts with the little man. It never starts with the, you know, one person. Like like another thing Elon Musk said, he could give £1 million to everyone on the planet, but that wouldn't benefit the planet. You know, what would benefit the planet is stopping petrol and diesel cars going around. So he gave away Tesla. You know where I'm trying to go with this. And it's the exact same thing, individual person to individual person. It's best to help everybody as much as you can than it is to just be selfish and just not think about yourself. Sorry, no, that didn't make sense. It's better to be selfless when you are able to be selfless than to be selfish when you don't need to be. Going back to the friend that I helped back in England, he wanted to have more of a studio, professional looking studio, and I devoted months of my time in order to build him that studio. And it took me months. I was there on my weekends, I was there after work, I was sleeping over, I was getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning and working through till like 5-6 o'clock at night to build him his dream so he could progress further in his field. And I loved that. I am so thankful that I did that, because now when I'm out here and I get to watch him do his thing, I'm like, that you wouldn't be able to do that, as it wouldn't look like that if it wasn't for me. And you know, just that little bit of, I've never said that to him. I've never been like, you know, it wouldn't look this good if it wasn't for me. But like, we both know it. He said that to me multiple times. And you know, it's just one of those little humble things that you can hold within yourself to think, God, yeah, I really helped that person, really helped that person. You know, and there's another thing, like, I didn't even think that I helped a lot of my friends back home in the way that I had an effect on them. And what I mean by that is, my best friend cried the day I left. Like, proper, like, we're just lads and we were just there having a few drinks, and I was about to leave. He literally stayed with me until the last possible minute, and he cried as I left, and I was just like, oh my God, I nearly burst into tears. I didn't think I had that kind of effect on him, you know, but I did, you know, because I helped him through so much. I was there for him when he needed me, and I, you know, supported him mentally, physically, financially, you know, and I'll never forget that ever in my entire life. You know, those little touches that people give to you, and the way that somebody can make you feel by you just being selfless, it is something that is untouchable, absolutely untouchable. So the message for this video, guys, is go and help someone if you feel like they need help. And if you feel like you need help and you're trapped and you're in a bad position, then come and message me. Just message me, you know, and I will try and help you. You know, I might not be able to help you. I might be able to point you in the right direction of getting some help. And that's, you know, as long as I can help as many people as I can, then what more could you do? What more can you ask for than that, really? So yes, sort of just a big rant about me, just a big rant video about we need to help each other a lot more, guys. But mental health is such a damning, weighing topic at the moment. We need to break through the stereotypes of it can't be talked about, you know, we just deal with it and get on with it. No, we need to stop that. We need to just work together as human beings, as friends, family, and get better so that we can become the best human beings we are going to become. Nice, I like that. Fantastic. But other than that, guys, have a fantastic day, have a good week, and please enjoy the scenery.